Welcome back to Inside Criminal Minds, the series that analyzes the actions of the FBI BAU team and its ability to catch serial killers. If you're new to the channel, there's a link to a playlist to catch you up down in the description. First and foremost, this episode deals with Native American customs and cultures that I know nothing about. This review is based only on what's on the screen. I am not a Native American expert. I do not claim to be one. With that out of the way, this episode begins with a group of people partying in an abandoned house with one of the girls moving around as our potential unsubs see their target, and when she is alone, she is captured. Then a separate group of people attack the other partygoers. Next we see an attractive guy in the BAU that stops Garcia in her tracks, and even Elle noticing that something is different. Then Morgan reveals that the attractive man that Elle and Garcia are drooling over is Hotch's brother, who after this episode we will never see or hear of ever again. But Morgan does lead Sean, the brother, to Hotch. And unsurprisingly, Hotch fights with Sean about being a lawyer and even cites their father being a lawyer. And it is interesting, Hotch brings up being a lawyer even though he became an FBI profiler. Not a great leg to stand on when telling your brother he should be a lawyer. But they get upset with each other and Sean snapping at Hotch.
Don't profile me, Aaron.
Next, we're in the conference room where they go over the case, figuring that these killers are working as a team and that the only chance they have is being a better team. And once they land, Hotch, Gideon, and Reed arrive at the house, and Reed, with the coroner's report, deduce that they were basically skinned alive, and with one victim being impaled, leads Reed to believe that the tribes of the Native American plains could potentially be the group of unsubs, backed by the fact that they are in New Mexico and due to the eminent domain that stole the Apache land. Sounds pretty natural for America. That's when Garcia looks up and finds a disgruntled Native American, Black Wolf, pegging him as a suspect, and those who know who Black Wolf is dismisses it because he is a peaceful man. Unfortunately, the police officer doesn't see it this way, and we see Black Wolf leading a class that Reed knows all the answers, and Reed interrupts.
Samuel.
Yes?
Tell the men from the FBI who the Gahe are.
The Gahe are mighty spirits who dwell in desert caves.
Reed, is your name Samuel?
Sorry.
And after that, Gideon asks about the Gahe and if their nature is to be good or bad. However, Black Wolf says they are both. Next, he's excused for questioning, and he profiles Gideon, Reed, and Hotch, after which they go back to the house, and Black Wolf knows about Hotch's second gun we learned in a previous episode, which is good continuity, especially for a series this young. And this scene is always good about the 21 feet.
The maximum distance an attacker with a knife can close in the time it takes to react, draw your sidearm, and fire is 21 feet.
Inside 21 feet, I win. Outside 21, I have other options besides shooting a man.
Like negotiating.
Like running.
After which, Black Wolf then goes through the building and deduces that these rituals come from different tribes, not just the Apache, but Navajo, Comanche, Pueblo, and Sioux, which means that whoever did this doesn't understand Native American culture because they would have never used the different rituals. And Black Wolf summarizes that 6 people did all of this brutality, with one girl being kidnapped by 2 guys and 5 others were killed. And due to the mixing of rituals, they believe that the American Defense Union could be behind this whole thing as a tactic to gain public opinion by framing Native Americans, which forced the team to bring in the ADU leader. And through questioning, the FBI put a surveillance order on the leader. That's when Garcia finds out the missing kid through a fingerprint, and they go to the father's house, where Hotch, Elle, and JJ question the father and convince him to go on the news to hopefully gain the advantage from the kidnappers, which does work because the kidnappers reveal that the father actually paid them to kidnap his child. And during the thorough investigation, both of the kidnappers have the exact same story, making it easy for Gideon to believe that they are telling the truth. However, Gideon and Hotch now have to grill the father about how he coincidentally family kidnapped his daughter just before a brutal killing took place. And while they're doing that, Reed and Morgan visit the daughter at the hospital. However, Morgan gets a call from Garcia, and Reed witnessed Ingrid, the daughter, repeatedly say her name and her social security number over and over again in a sort of trance, leading the team to surmise that she was incorporated with a cult. And eagle-eyed viewers will see the parallels to the Manson family trying to reenact Helter Skelter, but instead of African Americans, they're using Native Americans. And just like Helter Skelter, they attack both sides in order to spur a race war. Hotch is then questioning the father again, and they go over the second killing and even gives Ingrid a way out. And thankfully, the dad complies and goes over the differences of Ingrid because of the cult. And she talked about the Gahe, which is where the team disclosed the profile for a cult leader, or grandfather as he wants to be called. And they describe what could be a connection to the school, and they go to the second crime scene with Black Wolf. He and Ingrid discuss the killing, and Ingrid mentions the tribe, which must be the name for the cult that the leader gave them. She even claims to be Apache in front of Black Wolf, which doesn't sit with him.
Did grandfather ever tell you where the name Apache comes from? It comes from the Zuni word Apachu. It means enemy. And if grandfather knew the first thing about the real Apache, he would have taught you to refer to us as the Dene. It means the people.
And with talking to Black Wolf, she clearly doesn't understand anything about the Apache people, and he does everything he can to correct her. However, she inadvertently points out where grandfather is, with Morgan narrowing down who the cult leader is, and even how he knows so much about the Apache ways and cultures. And profiling him reveals his hiding spot. However, he gets brought in quietly, but unfortunately the tribe is
Hunting.
Reed informs the team of Jackson Cowley, or grandfather, his rap sheet, and that he was even institutionalized for auto theft. And even in prison, he shows an aptitude for sociology and manipulation. And later, after the prison, he latched himself to the Apache ways, incorrectly as you may assume. Next, Hotch interviews Jackson, and Black Wolf gets upset, rightfully so, when Jackson goads him to violence, calling the Apache people cold-blooded murderers, and Black Wolf had to literally be removed by Morgan to restrain him. Next, we figure that the tribe is attacking the reservation, and with Hotch and Black Wolf already going, they decide to protect the school, with Black Wolf issuing a sort of challenge to Hotch by asking him not to use his gun but to use his baton. And next we see an amazing scene where Black Wolf and Hotch fight off the assailants, but due to copyright I can't show it, but highly recommended. Hotch and Black Wolf dispatch the entire brigade, with only Hotch getting one shot off.
Without firing a shot?
Captain America here, shot number 5.
You're welcome.
And we close the episode with Hotch reconciling with his brother. This episode ends with Hotch understanding his brother a little bit better, and it did a great job of using the case to teach Hotch a different way of understanding his family. And as previously stated, we never hear from him ever again. But it does further Hotch's backstory. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn about what happens when a spy gets fired, watch my other series, Burn to Notice. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe.